Roman numeral 2 in the sport of boxing usually refers to the rematch between two fighters. And on Saturday, September 13th, on the undercard of Crawford and Canelo, we're going to see the rematch between Sergey Bohachuk and Brandon Adams, who faced off against each other in March of 2021, and it ended in a surprising manner. Let's talk about this rematch. When Sergey Bohachuk took on Brandon Adams back in March of 2021, he was an upcoming super welterweight that they were campaigning for a possible WBC title shot. Adams had come into this fight with a single loss on his record to Jamal Charlo, and at that time it was in June of 2019 when he had dropped that unanimous decision to Charlo. Bohachuk was thought to be a fighter, 25 years of age, undefeated with a record of 18-0, coming in and was going to show this wily veteran fighter of 31 years of age where he was from. And it turned out to be an interesting affair of lessons for Bohachuk and Adams, because Adams was able to take the fight to him early, stunning him with left hooks to the body and to the head early. But Bohachuk stood his ground and was able to fight back. However, as the fight went on and fighters began to get a little bit fatigued, Adams was able to have a breakout round in the 8th where he stunned Bohachuk and hurt him heavily with left hooks, putting him down and being counted out by the referee at the time, Raymond Pineda. This was the first loss on Bohachuk's record, and for Brandon Adams, it showed that he still had something left in the sport, where some people were considering him a journeyman, even though he had, at the time, a couple of losses on his record, but he had had a world title shot. Now this fight seems to be put together for Bohachuk to have a comeback, to have a sort of turning the corner after he had another fight where he lost to Virgil Ortiz Jr., and that was in August of 2024. He has since put together a couple of wins, including a unanimous win over Michael Fox, where people had thought Fox would perform a little bit better. Fox, being in that same position that Adams was in, wasn't able to fully take advantage of the circumstances. But Bohachuk is definitely looking at Adams as an opponent in this fight, even though Adams is his initial conqueror. Adams is 36 now, and Bohachuk is 30. Adams is 5'8" with a 72-inch reach, and Bohachuk is 6 foot with a 73-inch reach. And Adams, whose record presently is 25-4 with 16 KOs. He's only been stopped once in his career, but the Bohachuk win it looms large for him. He hasn't fought since November of 2024, where he lost a split decision to Andreas Katsarakis. Now, when you think about Bohachuk and where he is in his career, though he's had those 2 victories, overcoming his opponents since losing to Virgil Ortiz, I am one of the few that feels he won against Ortiz. And his record currently is 26-2 with 24 KOs. All in all, this could be a repeat of the original situation and circumstance. It all really relies on Adams and how much confidence he'll bring into this fight. Bohachuk will probably try to press even harder than he did upon their initial face down because he has found himself to be acclimated not only at the weight, but with the experience of fighting high caliber fighters now after having faced Ortiz Jr. Overall, I favor Adams repeating his victory, but you have to give a sliver of consideration for Bohachuk, who is not a bad fighter at super welterweight. He just needs to remain focused during the bout and give everything to paying attention to that mighty left hook that he succumbed to during their first meeting. This is another outstanding matchup, and it's a pick'em, but it really depends on Adams. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Do you think it will be repeat or revenge? Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.